Thank you. I rise in support of the gentlewoman's amendment, and want to just cover a few points in response to my friend, Mr. Cole, who well knows that we in the minority have been pushing now through 12 appropriations bills that the solution to addressing the Zika crisis is not robbing Peter to pay Paul. And that has been consistently what the House majority, Republicans, have insisted on using as a tool to solve this problem. The bottom line here is that you can't take $500 million from the Ebola crisis, deem it resolved, and move it over to try to solve the Zika crisis. And when you're dealing with crisis, we have to make sure that we are not taking funds away from a crisis that the CDC has consistently said is not behind us, and tackling another crisis. And I support this amendment and have consistently supported this amendment because we have a disease that has a negligible impact on about 10% of children with microcephaly, but within the remaining 90%, some cannot talk or walk, they require constant specialized care and attention, and many are born somewhere in between who are high functioning but have intellectual disabilities, difficulties with speech or coordination, or seizures, and there is no treatment or way to reverse this condition. Zika, as we have now seen in the United States, and as I mentioned yesterday during our markup, uniquely and devastatingly impacts pregnant women, women who may become pregnant, and their babies. Researchers also recently noted that babies born with Zika-related microcephaly have exhibited the most severe form of the disease, as it usually targets a woman in the first trimester. Many of these babies die shortly after birth, and women are more likely to miscarry. Now, I recognize that we have our differences of opinion on the value of certain programs that this bill funds, but troublingly, what my good friend from Oklahoma refers to as the Democratic minority in the Senate refusing to take yes for an answer, in a sense, and support Zika funding, because the number that the conference committee, of which I was a member, has been arrived at and agreed upon, he neglects to point out that unacceptable policy riders have been added to that conference report, and as a result, we would be denying Planned Parenthood and women from being able to get access to the health care and the information that they need so that they could actually plan their pregnancies. When you are if you are at risk at contracting Zika, experts advise you should wait to actually become pregnant for a 2-year period from potential exposure. Well, I don't know how we would help women plan their pregnancies and avoid becoming pregnant, while at the same time denying funds to the very organization that helps women do that. This is a responsible amendment. The majority's position is irresponsible, and we need to take action.